Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. How are you all? I have trigger warning alcohol, but that's going to be part of this stream anyway. Um, I have some sparkling wine here. Oh, it's screw cap, I think.
Oh no.
Interesting. Well, that's. Oh wait, you like this one? Right?
Yeah. Thanks.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Careful. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
You have the same amount I do.
What?
You have the same amount I do. I was topping myself
Oh
off
no.
because I had all bubbles.
We're gonna say cheers, and I have to record it for my 1 second.
True. You do have to do that. Hi, evergreens. Cheers. It's pretty good.
It is.
So, we're going to be jumping right into Disco Elysium here in a moment. Yes, happy almost 2023, everyone. It's like 3.5 hours on the East Coast until then. So, yes. I'm going to click that. Bring up Disco Elysium. I'm going to put headphones on. What a year, am I right? Yes, you are. Oh, it has to boot up Steam. They have old man Steam. They're cranking the handle. Although we got to hug you guys a lot this year, so it was a pretty great year by those standards. I very much agree. We should get champagne flutes next year.
Yes.
Okay. So last time we woke up, we don't remember anything about ourselves. We were told that we're a cop or a detective or something. We're here in this town or this part of town to solve a murder of a man who appears to have been lynched, potentially by strike workers or scabs. I forget which. We'll see. A couple of children called us slurs a bunch, and then I punched one of them in the face.
The man before you is naked, but
okay, yeah, we got that. Let me look at our notebook. Tasks. Ask him to tell you about the case. Where's the rest of the armor? Getting the body down, that's right. Access the harbor and ask for Evrart Claire's help. Okay, we can do that. I can probably take off the gloves too. Wait, this isn't about music? No, I'm still not exactly sure why it's called disco. Disco has been mentioned a few times. But no, it's a point and click mystery game, it appears. Or as I've seen so far. Broken window? Tibbs has windows. Good for Tibbs. If you had a bag in hand, perhaps you'd collect these bottles and sell them. Where the hell do I get... Oh, Kim. Do you have bags? Do you have extra bags? You seem to be following. Oh, tell me about the case. Literally anything about it.
Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember.
He opens his notes. Brief, yes, that sounds
3
good.
days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Does the briefing say who the victim was?
A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Why didn't we know anything about the
They
caller?
didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Non-binary icon. Why hide
There is a
themselves?
strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
And the RCM is?
That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
Let me just make this perfectly clear. Our job here is to find the killer.
That's right.
Okay. Would you say this is a mysterious case?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Okay, so the case probably isn't mysterious, but could it be sexy?
There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was
Cut this boring stuff off immediately. You know what this case is about.
Are you sure there's not some sex angle we should be considering?
Martinez is famed for its occult sex murder rites. We'll get on it immediately.
Wow, really? That's mega sexy.
No, not really. Was there anything else?
He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist.
Mm-hmm.
Get right into it. Sit on it a bit. Then hit him with it.
Why are we on the same case if we're from different precincts?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
What do you mean?
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
You know what I'm in on? Retrograde amnesia.
Better still than an imbecilic cop-off.
Hop off?
It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here, and now it's come to its natural conclusion.
So this is a struggle over who runs Martinet.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
So you volunteered to spoil it.
Yes, I am an unrepentant spoil sport.
He seems pleased with this. I wonder what this says about me that I was sent by my station. That's it. Raised an eyebrow, thinking it best to let you make the next move. There can only be one conclusion. I'm the finest case-solving machine sent to outperform you in every way imaginable. I mean, we did have something like 200 solved cases.
A good joke.
He does not actually think it was a good joke.
Yes, a joke. In truth, I will only moderately humiliate and outperform you.
Oh, you will? Then I will help you to do so. Now,
Still, against his better judgment, this made him think just a little bit less of you.
was there anything else you wanted to ask about the competition?
What's special about Martinez?
Move.
Oh,
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
A tremble comes over you. Another after effect of ethanol poisoning, perhaps. Feels like leaves do when they rustle in the breeze, somewhere far away, below the turbine. The 41st and the 57th. The lieutenant was right. It's not about who gets what's north. It's about who doesn't.
Okay, enough of the competition then. Tell me something else.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
He's actually glad it's addressed now.
Why did the 41st send me? Logic 1. Low percent, 17%. Where I mentioned suicide, Sylvie's suicide jokes. So the fact that we are somewhat passively suicidal is relevant in this?
Because you're the best qualified. No, that doesn't seem right.
Dumb brain, I'm good for nothing.
You look dumb if you
Oh.
keep the lieutenant waiting for too long.
Oops. Convince Kim there's a sexy dark mystery twist in the case. Come on.
Only banal things strike you. At the core, you're a very banal person.
Damn.
With a very small soul. One you should be ashamed of. It's no wonder the soft one doesn't want it back. It was right to abandon you.
Alright, alright. Capeside Apartments, Martinet Pier. Roundabout North. Martinet Pier sounds correct. So we're looking for dock workers to help us get the body down. Perhaps in here?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
Apartment building, like. Not what I'm looking for. Oh look, Children's Hospital painting. Who's this guy?
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode.
Thank you, Kim.
Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. The lieutenant is hatching some scheme.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
What do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
Got to tell me something else.
She nods.
What can you tell me about the strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What's your role in this?
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago.
Negotiations.
Awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
Tell me more about the behemoth.
What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organization now.
How are talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget.
Yikes.
Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Yeah. Not cool.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes,
Fuck cops, I believe.
every worker, a member of the board.
Do I have to give an opinion? I'll say I like it.
Then you might also like their other slogan. Demand democracy.
Not hard communist enough for me.
Personally, I agree. It lacks the pizzazzo of every worker a member of the board.
And what do they mean by it, though? What's the demand?
It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what? About anything, really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
Scabs at the gate, did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrog, come to plead for work where the union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
Tell me about Mr. Clare.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, It's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
If you were to prick him with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
Sounds like you're about to take a rapier to him.
Oh, heavens no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black treacle just dribbling down his double chin.
Is he that bad?
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Wait, there are two of him?
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the union itself outside of the Brothers, Claire?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
I prefer not to have an opinion on these things. I'm not informed.
Of course, officer.
One more thing. You said something happened in the elections.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Eerie.
Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
That's all I need here. Let's change the topic.
How else can I help?
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
Does she have a name?
The boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
The word, it, feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name. A breeze ripples through the sails and tugs at your hair. Below, the sleek, fish-like shape of the hull parts the water. Beneath that, a resounding darkness. You're reminded of something. Or someone.
How do you like it?
My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
Like the bee's knees?
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
I think I have a handle on this boat thing.
Good.
What can you tell me about the lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
I remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode. My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia.
Encephalopathic.
I don't even know how to respond.
Encephalopathic. Good word.
I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
Everyone with RDID.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
What kind of arrangement would it be?
I mean, favors for favors. A dirty alliance of some sort.
How do I negotiate my way out of this?
Easy. Just offer her a favor. Like I said, nice and dirty.
Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Like what?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse me for a moment.
Hey, psst.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Love has worked out really well for me. I'm a love winner.
Good. We need tender men like you building gargantuan communism. Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted by human beings.
It's a lot of communism. How come there's word on the street?
You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
I haven't said anything like that.
Okay, not in so many words, but don't deny it. You're about to rip off that mask of social democracy and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that will devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
How do I hear this game's explanation of communism?
Failure. It's about failure.
Failure?
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on. Until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother.
My own mother?
You against the atom, the charm and the spin. Where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist.
If communism has 1,000 fans, I am among them. If communism has one fan, I am them. If communism has no fans, I am dead.
Now get to work, comrade.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
What about firing squads?
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
Roll up your sleeves and further and breathe in the pristine air. Yes, Kim.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
How do you hope it would go?
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman.
Really? I thought it was going well.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
We could just, find my badge.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters. You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months.
I'm sorry for putting this in a situation. I'll handle it.
I'm sure you will, Detective.
What do you propose, that we don't investigate the drug trafficking?
If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it.
This is one of my favorite parts of the game. The communism or this?
What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand further information on the lynching.
Let's get back to it then. Nope. Okay. Yes, hello, ma'am.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Okay, tell me about the alleged drug trafficking.
Quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
And you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dockworkers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
What do you mean?
The lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But
Manufacturers.
in transit, they are vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Alright, I've made up my mind about the smuggling investigation. We will take the case, probe the driver, see what it yields.
According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I suspect the traffic jam won't disperse for a few more days. You should have the time you need.
Imagine being caught in a traffic jam for days.
In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
You seem rich. Can I have some money?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
Why not?
Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub.
What lustrous hair?
A well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, shaped into a permanent wave, late 40s style, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge, and worry. Wealth and all its possibilities.
Yes, so.
Now look at you. You misery-clad simian.
Rude.
Barely able to tie your own laces.
Rude.
Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too...
I'm a goddamn working man. I'm not ashamed to take this leech for some dough.
You think your little communism protects you from this feeling? No. The more demeaning it is to grovel at her feet. Oh God, the lieutenant is here too. Do not dishonor the force.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
The Soviet socioeconomics approve. Can I have some money? Voila, you do.
You're doing it. Really put your back into it. Yell it from the top of your lungs.
Can I have some money, man? Yell it from the top of my lungs. Sounds really tempting. Money!
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. The wind is a bit strong. Could you repeat that?
I need money!
How much money?
I need 100 real.
That's a good sum. Not too small, not fantastically large.
Pulls out a zip bag and you see paper notes arranged like black gills.
She removes a few.
Let's go!
To you. The paper is cold and oily to the touch. Whoa, whoa. Did you see how easy that was?
No.
Ask her for more. Toot toot, train to Moneytown.
Nay, 'twould be dishonorable, and mine honor is my life.
Can you eat honor? Are you an omnivore? Give me a break.
So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
I'm still getting my head around this whole money concept. You were just helping me out.
You're right, ma'am, that donations are permitted under the Emergency Act, and seemly as it may be, as long as they are properly logged with the precinct.
Which he most certainly will do. Now, how else can I help the RCM today, besides supplementing its salaries?
Do you know something about these tattoos? Show her the photo.
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
So you know something about the tattoos.
Better not tie the fourth day to the bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
That's all for now.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
Interesting. But hey, we guaranteed our room for tonight. Who knew that screaming money at the top of my lungs would work? Oh, hey. Get back here.
Can't believe you didn't take the shot. Fucking coward. Waved a gun like a clown. Next time you point that shit at me, you better take the shot.
A friend told me that if you successfully take the shot and shoot her, the game just
She
ends.
continues to be here. All due to you being a coward and not shooting her. The contempt is thick enough to cut through with a knife. This kid is way, way worse than the other one.
What is this? Garden hose. Closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. No, what's this?
It's been a week and now they show up?
Okay, we need to continue to try and find the docks. Like I know we're at the harbor at least. But where are the docks? Oh. Distant squall of seabirds. Ladder of bullet holes. Oh, hang on. Joyce info on the lynching, the jam mystery. Okay, the watermarks. Okay, did all of that. What's here? Anyway. Hey. Nothing I can't do. The job for every man. Now we can collect bottles. Can I take these without holding the bag? Bird noises. Nope. Maybe a sea monster did this to the plaza? Damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake. It would be nice to be able to get this body down today, if possible. And perhaps investigate the jam tomorrow. Yep, scabs and things. You're not the guy, right?
Right to work!
No, scab leader.
Scab?
Eh?
What did he just call you? Oh no, not this again. You just got away from that fucking kid.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money.
He chuckles and realizes.
What brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
I'm looking for assistance with the dead body situation.
Body still hanging in the tree? Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry. I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance.
Can you let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
That simple? I just walk in?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past Measurehead?
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him, then
Right.
press the button to unlock the door,
Uh-huh.
then go past him again,
Uh-huh.
and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
Okay. Gotcha. Think I have some questions for you first.
Whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me
Sure
some?
thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Try to catch it.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Appreciate.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to... You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing though.
Every little bit helps, you know.
I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs.
Hello, by the way, to everyone. I didn't really say hello. Nice to see you all. come here investigating a murder?
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is. Don't tell me. It's a better day that way.
What's the strike about?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike.
Disco.exe.
Once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Things are going well. How are you? Nice talk. Gotta get moving. Okay, so, I mean... let's try what he said. Measure head crushes all. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna walk right past you. Nope.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Size him up.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger, because you are not a threat to me.
Puff out my chest. Still say nothing.
What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
You hear your heart pumping, fast and irregular. Your joints ache and you feel old, but still alive, somehow.
What are my thoughts on Sonic.exe? I don't really have any.
Stop it! You are embarrassing yourself in front of this woman and your pedomorphic friend. This display of weakness may appeal to older women with a stronger maternal instinct, but it is a liability here on Battlefield Martinez.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
My body is unimportant. I'm with the police and we need to get into the harbor.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat.
Oh, alcohol.
You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Enough. I need you to take down the dead body or let me in.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
It's a weird game. Alright.
Show him the ham still got it.
Do violence skills transfer between alters? Sort of, but not really. Hang on, I'm going to take off my sweater because I'm getting a bit warm because of the alcohol. I do not play as well as Claudia because I have a lot more tension than Claudia does. She's able to relax more fully and play better as a result of it. I simply do not do that. Oak plays similar to Claudia. Susan is a little stiff as well, and the skill doesn't seem to transfer as heavily to her. Have you seen Moon Knight? I have not. I hear it's good. The race stuff is unimportant here. I just need you to help me do my job, please.
Begging for help. Attempting to pass via for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Kroikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
Like your tattoos, thank you. We have several now. One back here, one behind here. This one, we have one on our right calf, our right ankle, our left knee. Working on more. I don't think I can physically push him out of the way. I'm gonna say you're right about all this. Now I need you to help me get that corpse down from the tree.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
Jesus, who invited Charles Manson to the party?
Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you.
Is Boogie Street located in Funky Town?
The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
This is your chance. He's talking. Rip him with a punch and catch him off guard. No, don't rip into anyone. You're sensitive. Remember? Communicate.
Suggestion is against it. Does this game have arson? I'm sure it does, from everything else that's happened so far. Communicate. Conceptualization. Subscribe to his advanced race theory. Okay, so theoretically I'm just not committing to being a racist character, am I? I don't think so. We'll show him the mug first, the racist mug.
Not so much as glance at the object.
Is your kind of thing?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
Does he strike you as the kind of man who puts mugs into trash?
Subscribe to his advanced race theory.
Go ahead.
Oh, come on.
Just ask for race secrets.
No, I'd better not say anything.
That's understandable. Jean-Luc Measurehead is a sage and an intellectual giant of race theory. Who are you? Handmaiden of Al Ghul.
Ugh, I don't have enough points. 17%. Yeah. Come on. Do it.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand, and he's squeezing it. It hurts.
I got pretty close.
You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
I am a degenerate alcoholic.
Good.
Now my morale.
For your humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
You serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however.
Yeah, but you still serve them. How does that factor into your life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
My jam is a mysterious fourth thing.
Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
I've gotten it from disco, actually.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
Wonderful. I need to enter the harbor now, or maybe you could take the body down yourself.
What you need is to come to terms with extinction and never getting that dead body down from the tree.
Kim, what do you think about this?
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
I liked the previous racist better, actually.
Hmm?
He seems surprised at your choice of racist, but then slowly nods.
That is understandable. The previous racist did not pose an immovable obstacle in entering the harbor.
Yeah.
These cops are just jealous, Jean-Luc.
What do your tattoos mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken...
Oh boy, I love the skull people.
Draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features.
I don't see it.
This should dispel any doubt.
You sure I'm not craniometrically superior to you?
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation.
I feel like I'm humoring this racist too much. What else?
It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Ghul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head.
He still has hair.
Arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal.
What's the
An
difference?
offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur la Clé and Vesper. And possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi.
Interesting. So one of my ancestors was Sir Leclerc and the other Vesper.
Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Rivasholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Ghul. That is the only reason you are here.
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober.
We still need to get into the harbor. We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
His gaze wanders over the whirling roofs yard to the end. Can I not just reach past him? Oh, talk to Kim. Kim.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere. I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that Hulk.
How else are we gonna get through the gates?
There must be some other way. Let's go see the yard again. It faces the other end of the harbor. We're done with Measurehead here.
Alright, fine, I won't do it again.
Let's think of something else.
Okay, go to the yard. Octagon Harvard Yard. Hey you.
I guess getting past the man ain't that simple after all. So, what now?
Yeah, it didn't go well for me. Could you help me with that?
Sorry. Busy surveying the situation. I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days. Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery.
Even now?
Maybe you could even knock that Kowalson crane over using some remote controls. Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right?
Pretty sure we don't.
I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology.
Something changes in his disposition. A merciful smile in the corner of his eye.
All right, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there, out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low in technology, however. First, don't fight him, obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically, throw him. That's how I do it.
Maybe that would work. We'll have to see.
I'm willing to try one more time. Partly because I'm not exactly sure where Kim wants me to go.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you.
Come on.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
I'm new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races there are.
Do you?
This is for the thing.
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then to you. He lets
You are
Whoops.
obviously a liberal, Sayerite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself.
Uh-huh.
There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty.
Yikes.
Which one do you need education?
Let's talk about Type B.
They are the unheroic races. Amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Koikos and the Vacholier. They are mud-colored people. To an
Yeah.
trained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into
Unhealthy, sweaty, ashen.
the racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of
Back.
harvest by
Potatoes.
Koiko. The countless micronationalities of Grad are all
Damn, political amoeba. What about the other ones?
The Vacholians, halfway between Type A and the racial cauldron. Too mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your
Damn, cool.
82,000 years that we've been recording history. You have very little idea of what is happening. But that seems a little off.
Go away, stupid political thoughts. What was this revolution?
Revolution came to Ravachol from Grad in Zarath-ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness.
Literally an
Real
illness.
disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes.
Wow, like mad cow disease.
Sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A Hereditary pris en condition passed from the Khoikhoi to the Octave
Yeah, man.
of Tibet
How
mediocrity
about Taipei?
are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Mao.
Eczema, lactose intolerant.
Preceding genetic pool has led the Mao on reprehensible street parades.
Who are Taipei?
Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteoran, the other large Mondial.
I'm sorry to skip this in some regards, but
Yellow and oleaginous to overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains.
oh my god.
Making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat.
Yeah, who's that?
The Maun and the Mesk.
What's the difference?
The Areopagites are sleek, long. The latter is perfected and
Damn, crazy.
Capable of more.
What about the last one?
Chips CF are a museum of lesser races like the Mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a the Mosquito is born sterile.
Any more?
Then there is the Simino Koiki.
Yes.
Koiko, as you know, are very
Cool.
will never happen.
Uh-huh.
Enough. It is cruel to
Do I understand advanced race theory now?
understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
How do I word the mystery?
You need to internalize what
Not
I
gained.
heard today, then return to me.
No.
Clarity does not come instantly.
Let's discuss something
I
else.
cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian.
Put skills into physical instrument.
And venereal disease?
Yeah.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable,
You
temperate
want more champagne?
political opinions somewhere in
yeah.
Martinez.
Damn, reasonable appearance? Political appearances? Opinions? See, the thing about champagne is you basically have to drink it all in one night or it goes flat. This is because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it?
It's also about that, but it's also more. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
Let's be more extremist.
It's a pity. Real democracy was just around the corner for Revachol. All the leading citizens are waiting there, without you.
I really have to internalize race theory. Oh boy. How do I forget things? I would really like to forget it. Do not have the skill points available to forget it? Okay. You have to internalize the racism. Go here. Actually, I should talk to some lorry drivers if I can. I talk to you? No? How about you out here? I think I talk to you. Alright, it is 6 p.m. in game almost. Can I ask you about the drug trafficking?
Looking for something, Runt? Come to
What's your stance on drugs?
drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body.
He takes a long drag on his cigarette. Why not?
You know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miridza.
Oh my god.
They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage. Racial economic sabotage.
So you're not smuggling drugs?
Not out. I'll never beat...
So you're telling us that you don't know anything about drug smuggling through Terminal B?
I don't know shit. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
So why are you hanging around here? Most of the other lorry men have left.
What do you think? I can't leave the lorry unguarded. Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kips sneaking on at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like ass cancer.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry nearby.
I see a lorry with trailer doors open on my way here. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved this country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Wheeling in Rags when some kip boys smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job over it. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
Serves him right.
It's a fucking travesty is what it is.
Hey, is this racist mug yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Is he yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
Who's wearing drugs?
Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran.
Yikes.
His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling drugs as well.
The street vendor?
Of course he's a lorry driver. What? He tell you he's just some simple businessman or some shit? He's selling his employer stuff after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. His tribe are natural liars.
Oh my god.
Their blood.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we've heard what Sealang himself has to say.
I guess we'll pay him a visit.
So,
Alright, see ya. Okay, I'm done talking to racist for a little while. Okay, let's go back to the Whirling and Rags yard. Ugh.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing.
Okay, I can go. What? Talk to Kim. What are we doing?
Yes?
Nothing. Guess we're supposed to go to the other end of the place. Was it something about the roof? Oh, let's pay our room for the night while we're thinking about it. Might as well jingled some keys in front of his case. Oh yeah, here's your container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
Found victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Could someone on staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Who else has keys?
The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Maybe there was a CS municipal worker amongst the mob?
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road.
On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down an alleyway. It stops by a rusted trash container. Two men, their faces rough and swollen, jump out. They look at the container despondently. CSM is written on their backs.
Thank you anyway.
Let's talk about something else. So about that money I owe.
Yes, have you got it?
Yeah, I have your money.
Well,
Here's 100 real.
great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered.
Ooh, a new skill point.
He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him.
It's good you paid before 9 p.m., or your door would have been locked electronically. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
20 works.
I'll take a room here too.
He opens his wallet.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Saw another thing at the whirling.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
The mess hall is reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
He hates the Union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
Shame you gotta suck up to the Union to stay afloat.
I don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating the offering of services to paying customers, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain myself to you.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
How do we find them?
We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even men on strike.
You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Huh.
It's after 6 p.m. The sign says reserved starting at 6. Why isn't anyone there?
Good question.
They're probably getting drunk or protesting something somewhere, or laying low after the, lynching.
Whatever he may feel about you, he can't miss the opportunity to throw you a look of what he assumes is shared understanding.
Yes. I think I see.
Yeah. The Union guys think they're untouchable. They probably fucking killed that guy or something, and now think they can hide out till it all blows over, and it's fair weather again in Martinez.
I have a feeling we'll make their acquaintance sooner or later.
Yes?
Goodbye. Oh, hey, we can go back here. Dishes are drying. Spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air. Some kind of sauce.
Is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Goranci and Kubek. It must be his name. Goranci. Goranci Kubek.
Medium failure.
Sensitive.
Hello, sir. Got time for a few questions?
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
You've got some impressive pots there.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn.
Don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
Wonder where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
We might find something pertinent to the investigation.
Yes. I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. As a side investigation.
Yeah, it's a mini side investigation.
Dart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Touch the door.
Cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side.
Push it.
The door does not budge.
You. Oh dear.
Can I help you? Another thing.
The
Great.
door.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
What's behind it?
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a freight warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage.
Allegedly, we have 0 viewers right now. If you're here, can you say that you're here?
So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes?
Let's go up onto the roof, perhaps.
Yes?
You know what? Where's the physical instrument? I'm putting a point in. I'm gonna go try and punch that racist in the face again. It has to work at some point. Can't leave that way. Who are you? It's all about money, you know. The champagne hitting a little? Yes. A measurehead.
The unpromising raised pupil returns.
Come on. Nope.
It has happened again.
Another fit of criminal rage. Good. Now go before you enter cardiac arrest.
Nope, that was over an hour ago. I was going to save Scum.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
I've wasted my life protecting humans. I don't
I
deserve
don't
it.
dispute that you have been charged with protecting the people of a particularly challenging district. But poverty does not make one a loser. Poverty is just poverty.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking.
Okay. Oh. Are you kidding me? Okay, autosave. Please don't be all the way back here, actually. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, what have I really done in that time? Talk to a racist a bunch, mostly. That's a fucking bummer. Honestly, that makes me not like the game as much.
Scott?
He just call you
I was imagine. Speaking of, what brings the RCM? Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin lands.
Always glad. You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out. I'm always glad to help out when possible. But I'm not really an admirer. I don't operate. Yeah, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the... Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. Or you could convert to his Semini supremacist worldview. Or,
Has anyone ever bested him in a physical confrontation?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
Sure.
Okay. Save early, save often.
Nobody betrayed.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Are you? It must be frightening. What is this?
You hear your heart pump.
Stop it. This.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al...
Take down the dead body.
Show him the ham still got it.
Need you to help me do my job.
For hell. You gave... You will be...
Holy shit.
This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
Push him out of the way. Ow.
That is right. You should leave the stage of history with dignity. Bring your troops to the walls.
This is your chance. He's talking. No, don't rip into anyone. You're sensitive. Remember,
Nope.
communicate. How did...
All safe's coming. I don't care.
Nobody be...
Yeah.
Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Are you... It must be fright. What is...
You hear...
Stop. This.
Jean-Luc, he's...
That is... You reek of it. An invisible... No.
Show him the ham still got it.
Begging for... You will be...
It is...
This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
Enough with this. Bring your... You are...
This is your chance. No, don't...
Yeah, quick save, can't save. Okay. Leave.
To get into the harbor.
Yep. Quick save.
Your race descent has only worsened since the last...
Is that green? I don't think so.
Really let yourself go.
How did...
Screw it.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
I'll give it 4 tries. 17% chance, that's essentially a 1 in 5.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
How did...
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really...
Is the roll always the same?
How did this happen? Your little fist is in...
Your race descent has only worsened since I...
Oh my god.
You have really let yourself go.
2 more.
Your race descent
Yes.
worsened since
No.
I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Okay, here's the deal.
How did...
going to load up. We're not going to punch him this time. We're going to go pay our bill. Talk to this guy, then pay our bill, and then...
Hola, wandering man. How can I... Sorry. Wiretapping or... Call it... I get it.
Something changes.
Alright, I may have... First, don't...
Maybe that would work.
I think paying our bill ends up giving us some... like a lot of XP. That sucked.
Can I help you? Thanks. I heard how strange. I certainly didn't put them there. Sylvie had the keys. The trash.
Ah, the...
On Clinton's.
Thank you anyway.
Yes. Another thing. Yes, not...
He hates the
I don't.
We should find out who... We don't.
You glance at the clock on the wall.
Good question.
They're probably...
Whatever he may feel.
Yeah.
I have a feeling...
Yes.
Money I have.
Have you got... Well, great. Thank you, officer.
He's not...
It's good you paid before...
70 experience.
I'll take a room here too.
New skill point.
Always happy.
We're going to investigate the door. Talk to him.
A thin man. As you step, it must be his name. The man. He smiles. You see, you immediately feel drawn.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Garth is the person to ask.
The kobold, the door.
Cool. Ask him where the door leads.
Can I help you? Another thing. Oh, yes, that door. No, I... Awesome.
He's attempting to maintain.
Fine. So, I haven't opened... Yes.
Okay, listen. We're going to go back to Measurehead. Oh, is that a phrenology joke? Like, measure your head? That's fine. If this doesn't do it, I'll find another way in. Save. Where is it?
Your raised descent has only
28%.
since I last
Come on.
saw you.
Yes!
You have raised
Get his ass.
yourself forward.
Just like that, instinct took over. A solid strike straight into his throat, into the cartilage. You could swear you felt the soft palate break. The man is reeling, gasping for air. Time stands still around you. In the distance, the sounds of the harbor are falling silent. All you hear is a small gurgling sound as a trickle of blood appears on the man's lip. He's open. Rip into him. Right hook. Escalate it. Get intimate with him. Bring the hurt closer.
Rip into him with a right hook. Get his ass.
Oh God. Wrong move. Your head is in his hands. Like a...
Say it.
Take the pain, goddammit.
Wheel yourself loose.
The increased force.
You are a poor player of physical chess.
Yeah, sure, punch him again, whatever. I can't believe I squandered it.
How did this happen?
You must be.
Oh,
You're fit.
it's okay.
You're raised.
Do it. Squandered.
How did
This honestly makes me not want to play the game. I know I don't have to do this, but this seems like the easiest way to get what I want.
Your raised descent has only
Come on, green.
worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go. Your raised descent has
Come on.
only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
You guys heard that we really let ourselves go?
Your raised descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let
Come on.
yourself.
Yes. Okay.
just like that? The man, all you hear, he's open.
What should I do?
Don't wait. You've only got a millisecond. He's that fighting pose. Watch out. He's expecting the hook.
Back up, perform a 360 spin kick. Ooh.
The man lands with a dull thump, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up, dazed eyes looking at you with unimaginable surprise. To your left is the button.
Press the button.
As you slam your fist on the button, the man collapses entirely, his head rolling to the side.
Looks like you're the new measurehead now.
Her voice is surprisingly calm.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go before he gets up.
Okay, now that we've done that, I'm going to go to the bathroom very quickly. I'll be back. I muted the wrong one. Okay, I'm back. Not that anyone is even here, but, you know. One thing that we're going to do is we're going to save. Important. Here. Dewey type mod writer. Every worker equals member of the board.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see what's inside, he thinks.
Open.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
Browse through.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara, and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Anything interesting?
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Force yourself.
Look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing.
I let my eyes go completely out of focus. All shapes start melding into each
Is
other.
that what you're doing with those folders over there?
Yes.
Right. This is probably not relevant to our case. After all, we're not investigating an accounting mystery.
Alright.
The drawer slides shut, smooth.
Oops. Someone left the coffee machine on. Dark liquid in the pot looks almost sentient. Oh, like that lady was saying about the union leader. Ah, magnesium. Door is locked and cannot be opened from this side without a pass card. Are you kidding me?
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change." The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
Let your muscle memory dial a random number.
It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Right now, your finger is just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air.
Useful patterns?
Undoubtedly, no.
I try this again later.
Why not? Muscle memory is a tricky thing. Nothing tricky about that. You just do, fail, repeat, until it works. All it takes is motivation and practice.
God, I hope I didn't soft lock myself into this room. Postcard. Don't cross the river. It's nice. I can't help. Ah, there's an exit.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud.
I'm gonna take a quick look.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Yeah, take the picture.
A black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully. at the camera.
Why did you take that?
Something about this man piques my interest. I think this can be a side thing.
But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
All those empty wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here.
How hard?
Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of Commodore Red, and almost 4 packs of cigarettes. It must have been pretty hard.
As Urkel once said, did I do this?
Well, yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you.
Must be. This is really sad. It must have been miserable.
Yes. This scene isn't exactly ripping with joy. Let's just move on.
Okay, let's see. Can't go down that way. Perhaps this way. Let me tell you, tipsy is probably not the intended way to play Disco Elysium. Probably quiet, great machines are sleeping. Cargo belts. Ah! Like the cargo belts used to hang that guy. There you go.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
Sick.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
Hi.
Everard, he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen. Kind of makes you feel like an arsehole for no apparent reason.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
Where's with you people and scabs?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
I'm looking for the leader of the dock workers union.
Oh, you want Mr. Everard then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
I just want to know where I can find him.
Oh, Mr. Everard is where he always is. In his office, of course.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
I don't have interest to ask him more questions. I thought about asking him, oh, you're Ubi, aren't you? But then I realized I've had enough of race theory for today. Interesting office.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work.
You going to bed?
A bit surprised
You going to bed?
see you.
It's up to you.
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Let's get straight to business. There's the dead body in a tree.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Dubois?
It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Lieutenant nods at you, then that
Whatever
chair.
he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Why are you calling me Mr. Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out. He's trying to throw you off your game with this Dubois nonsense. Don't give him the pleasure.
I'll take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Try to wink back.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on
Damn it,
is
Shell.
going to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Hey, that's 25 real. That's good money. Think of
25, that's it?
you could.
Thank you, Evelyn. I'll take it, but
Is
not say
there
anything.
anything you'd like to say to me?
No.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't mention it. But also, don't forget it. I'm just kidding, of course.
Is he?
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that.
I don't like that he knows all this.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear.
Jesus.
Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
I would appreciate any help you could provide.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
-2 because the chair is killing you, and -1 because you took the novelty check. Kim?
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Very low, come on.
God, you're sweating.
Rolled really high, too.
You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun, and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
So one man can cry, too.
You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. He'll think you're disgusting.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this?
Oh, Lord.
What? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
The large man snaps his fingers, but to no effect. You're in some kind of stupor. Let your mind go to a safe place.
While Everard is distracted by your odd behavior, the lieutenant's eyes are mapping everything around you. The folder, desk, papers on the wall.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow. in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Actually, this chair's uncomfortable. I could use that glass of water.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Night, love you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. See you next year.
See you next year.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Okay. You call me Mr. Dubois. Why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
So it's really my name?
God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It's true, my memory is a bit hazy.
I assure you, there's nothing to be ashamed of, Harry. You're among friends, and the good news is, I have a big fat folder on you, Harry. I'm sure you have a lot of questions to ask. Maybe I can help you out.
Don't trust him. For all you know, Dubois might be his name. You need to confirm this.
I'm sure you had some concerns you thought I might be able to address. And you were probably right. I can.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Have another look at the folder.
Everard's large hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, I know everything about you, Harry.
I've got nothing to hide.
Oh, Harry. Oh, wow. This is really something.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder, and I very much doubt even that.
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume?
Let's talk of other matters.
Of course, Harry, of course.
I want to talk about the hangman.
On personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me?
The hangman.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
Say nothing.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
I've opened a few doors in my life.
And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on top.
I bet you don't even know anything about the hangman.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
Why don't you open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
Whose door is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
No, I can't accept this thing.
Of course, Harry, I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Even worse, we won't be able to speak like equals about the murder. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. For your sake, my sake, and for your gun's sake too.
Yes, we both understand what you meant.
This may be the only way, he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later.
Oh,
Of
Jesus.
course. I mean, it's no secret, but there's a thing.
Yes.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on, and I'm sure you're going to open this.
Yeah, I'll accept it.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done, and we can take our friendship to the next level. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker, too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is.
Yeah.
One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
Could you help me get the dead body
You
down?
might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt. A steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
Also, I've saved the footprints at the crime scene worker boots.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you.
He picks up the radio phone to his right and clicks a button.
John Luke, the cop who bested you in physical combat is here, and he has a little dead body in a tree problem. Namely, he needs it to be taken down. Please extend him this courtesy. You can find Luke down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you, now that he's back on his feet.
I met Joyce.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Just pals?
We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez here. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her, because you and I are such good friends, and I'm helping you get that nasty body down from the tree. I'm not a jealous guy.
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspiciously nice.
Why don't you let her in to see you?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
Suppose that's fair.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Are you sure? I find it a little odd.
I'm just a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't nice. Politics is all about emotions, and I want you to have positive emotions when you think of me.
Okay then, positive emotions it is. You like positive emotions.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she's doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everett doesn't mind.
This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay.
I'm going to leave now, but we'll talk again later.
You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Great, when one gets stuck in here.
You're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then, past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Alright, well. Go, I suppose. So I think that we will unlock the door and then wrap up for the night. I got a little too tipsy too fast. It happens, unfortunately. Get the key from Manana. It'll tell us where the door is. Oh, and get the body down. Ah, how's the jaw?
This has drastically altered our race dynamique.
It was just something I had to do.
Our personal dynamique has changed. A little.
He means very little.
I'm not gonna subscribe to his advanced race theory. Get the body down.
So it was. You bested me in race combat to reach my superior, then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge.
Alright.
That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
That would mean you're openly showing the people you're taking the Union's side.
What if we don't want to do that?
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it on ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike faith.
Alright.
See that they stay here the whole time.
Alright, we're waiting here. Hope I don't have to wait here in like real time. That would suck.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Apparently so.
Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I don't. I've seen enough of that dead body already.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops!
Oh, Lord.
Like Everett's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
Yes, I'm an unbelievably corrupt cop. I am corrupt every opportunity I get. Oh, Lord. What is he doing?
Shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then, the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
Alright, thanks for your cooperation, Measurehead.
Farewell, ham sandwich. You are a Union man from now on.
Alright, cool. How wonderful. Hello, Manana.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
It was nice enough.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Who killed the hangman?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
Well, the harbor is a prime area of suspicion. In your opinion, are the dock workers involved?
What a thought. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Pushed how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
You have a key to a door.
Key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
A weasel.
Oh, say no more. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I'm not really doing this for political reasons.
Oh, so the none of the above type, are you? I get it, I get it. I like to keep my distance too. But it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. Thanks. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, I think I know where to go.
Where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
Anything else I should know? The weasel, when I'll be home.
I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
Who he is, and what they're fighting for. This is interesting.
Why are you striking?
We're negotiating our share.
Your share?
Aye.
How large a share would you like?
All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process.
Tell me about Everett.
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman.
What does bossing around the union entail anyway?
I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
You seem pretty lavish to me.
He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway.
Yeah,
and morally,
I suppose.
the most corrupt of them all.
Not you, you would like to say. But then there's that weasel door.
Sure thing.
What is this? News of the world? Talk about personal stuff. Get to know him.
I don't even know your name. Who are you?
Mañana. I'm just a humble harbor worker for the past 6-7 years.
What kind of a name is Call Me Manana?
It means call me tomorrow.
Yes, I know. I give a name?
I'd say a real name is what most people call you.
Realize it's something.
Now that we are getting so well acquainted, what's your name?
Be honest with him.
Honestly, I lost it while drinking.
Wow, this is major. You're like a man born anew. Okay, so if you can't find it, maybe make up a new one?
I've tried that. They don't like what I came up with.
Too bad. Can't live in this world without a good name, friend. Important things they are. Vessels of the soul.
Is it a spiritual thing or a philosophical one or what?
More a poetic thing. Any attempt to formulate a grand unified theory about it ends in the stupidest shit imaginable. Doesn't make it less true, though. That means I can't tell you about it. I can only show you. You may understand in time. Or not. But it might be easy enough.
Fair enough. Seems interesting.
Words guide our life. We commune with each thing through its word. Every word is also a name, is it not?
Okay, I think I might be Harry.
Harry. It's cool. But I'm sure you could come up with something even cooler.
Okay, I think I have a name for myself. It's...
The encroaching doom is golden red. It is inside you, but also outside. On the horizon.
Legendary success.
Innermost, but yet to happen. Things make sense from that angle. You're Tequila Sunset. You have been Tequila Sunset for a long time now.
The name is Tequila Sunset.
Boyadero!
You see his eyes turn teary with appreciation. He is extremely happy for you.
Shake his hand.
You receive a good, strong handshake in return.
What is a boyadero?
A really cool guy.
It feels like there's an entire history behind the word. But it doesn't really matter. You got it. You know what it means.
Not knowingly.
He takes a swig from his flask, then offers you some. The idea of alcoholic swill sloshing around in your bloodstream feels fairly unappealing.
Thanks, I'll pass. I'd just go wild.
And then we might go wild together. Which sounds fun. But I guess I have a strike to watch. So, anything else you wanted to discuss, Boyadero?
Good talking to you. Gotta run. Late morning. Thought complete. And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as you rise above the dollhouse world. You see a mountain of snow on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally in a matchbox house, sitting by the window. White flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. The white morning. A modern death. Divorce or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him. Make him smaller. Make him less you. Plus 20 zoom out distance. Poggers. All motorics learning caps raised by 1. Wow. I don't really get what that does for us mechanically, I suppose, but I guess it's more like it's symbolically like more awareness of our surroundings. Okay, so hopefully the gardener isn't the weasel. I like her. Hey, Kuno. Oh, God. Body.
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
I didn't try to shoot her. I just aimed at her.
What? Bitch! You fucking making excuses for yourself now?
Sorry about that. I got carried away.
Do this shit again, and Kuno's gonna climb in your room at night with a knife. Kuno knows where you sleep. The pig who fucked his window up. I'm gonna climb in through that balcony. Put the fucking knife in you. Yeah.
I've been in your room.
But you and Kuno are good for now. Pals. Shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have a jolly time.
Okay, let's.
And you're back in business with the Kuno. Now what is it?
Kuno is a merciful king, kind to his wayward subjects.
Alright, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material.
That's not it. Must be over here. Yeah, that's it over there. Okay, let's get the body.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Well, it's down.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
Field autopsy?
Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
How's it been going? Well, I tried to punch a racist a couple of times, and he obliterated me so hard that I lost an hour of progress. So then I save scummed until I roundhouse kicked him in the face. But then he helped us get the body down out of the tree. Talked to a woman, I yelled in her face, and I said, "Money!" And she gave me $100, 100 real. Paid that bill. We're about to do a field autopsy. I'm kind of drunk. Not drunk. I'm just kind of buzzed. Not buzzed even. I've fallen down to tipsy. But I can always continue. Might add some juice to that at some point. Would prefer a mimosa at the moment. August, thank you.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
Don't we have someone else to cut his shit open?
It's not about cutting. And no, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from autopsy to cleanup to social work.
Yes, I feel like a detective.
You are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now...
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
What is a field autopsy exactly?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Do you have another pair of gloves?
Unfortunately, no.
I have gardening gloves. Is that enough?
They are better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things while you will take notes.
Okay, we just fill this in, right?
That's right.
You knew it because you inspected your ledger. The lieutenant is relieved you know the protocol.
Open the ledger.
The man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with
1. Assistant.
That's you.
Harry Dubois. Right, Tequila Sunset.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says
Coroner's case number?
KK57-0803.0815.
Cheers, brother. I'll drink to that. Name?
NA. Next.
Date of birth?
NA.
Age?
Roughly 50.
Write down approximately 50.
the corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook.
Race. We've talked about that a lot today.
Mondial.
Write down.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex.
Fucky, fucky!
The little monster exclaims energetically.
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Right, male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of death?
We're still going with March 4th, 51.
Right, 4/3/51.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only 1 box remains.
Evidence of treatment?
None. At least not after the initial examination.
A strange word. Treatment.
What exactly is treatment?
They'd
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
incapacitated and
Didn't the footprints look like he was
Elysium
carried over?
was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the Stations of the Breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette ball-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon.
So where is this now?
The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else.
Lottie very excited because the fic that she reads just updated.
The building is tall, 7 stories, wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide. The other, an accident. The small one. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
Okay, I really have to pee. Give me 1 second, I'm so sorry. Also, I'm going to put some juice in this. Unrelated to the pee. I'm also going to mute. How's the last hour or few of 2022 treating y'all? I think you mean the rest of the chat, of which it appears to be 1 person. We had 0 people here for a while. I guess it's New Year's Eve, but you know. Things are going fairly well here. I forgot my drink. I added a disgustingly blue juice to it. It tastes very good, though. This is going well. Getting set back an hour and having to save scum over and over, getting stopped from punching guy was very frustrating, though. Alright, turn page.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
It is New Year's Eve. I'm sneaking away for a bit between the ball drop and the movie. What did you watch? External examination.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more.
He's talking to me.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
Right.
Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single continuous tattoo, resembling a national pattern. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white.
We watched Knives Out. Oh. Did you enjoy it? You say you couldn't remember a lot of details since we watched it the first time.
The assistant has a color photograph of the markings to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a cargo lashing belt around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
I'm excited for Glass Onion as well. Oh, we were supposed to watch that today. No, tomorrow. Touch the corpse's hair before moving on.
His hair feels wet, soaked with rain. Cold to touch, not that different from a living person after a swim.
Stroke his hair gently.
The stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to your hand, like thread off a rag doll's head.
Right down.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs, consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max.
I do see where V came from with it being hard to accept how frustrating the twist is, like the futility of it, especially having so much empathy for Marta and feeling so bad for her, yeah. Yeah. Though, you know, spoilers, she does win in the end. I think that does soften the blow for me a bit.
Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation.
Predation? So it's like OMG wild silly antics and twists and turns peppered with me wanting to sob like the end of Shaun of the Dead. Exactly, that was what I was thinking.
Ligature mark.
He produces a small folding knife, while on the other hand pulling at the belt starts cutting the polyester. The stench is horrid after a while. It's obvious material cannot be cut. She wins lots of trauma too, that's true.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that.
Mm.
The chain cutters.
Good thing we got these chain cutters. Definitely enjoyed that scene of her at the end on the balcony, yes.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
Characters are very good.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east.
Bread.
After some
Thank God.
You sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow.
Press down.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck. and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
The lieutenant has kneeled closer, running his finger along the dark red groove until there's a gap.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent.
I find this fascinating, for the record.
1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
He pulls down the man's underpants.
No! Let's get out and see!
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Write down and move on. I'm not going to inspect his genitals
Back
myself.
is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you is a temple of pain that knew little tenderness in life.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
It's the body of a soldier, a mercenary.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars.
Right down.
Last item, hands.
He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. Let the lieutenant work. Now pick up the right hand.
His flesh is cold, icy.
Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name?
My name is...
I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo de Cappadocia?
It's good to hold your hand. Did you like my stroke to your hair?
I did, Kobo. I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy, before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were you expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh.
He turns to the side to breathe.
For the external. Well done. What?
He buries his face in the sleeve of his jacket. Internal examination summary. And here's where I quote Star Wars and say, I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke.
Nope.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant.
Yes.
Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs...
Yes.
Jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact.
What is the hyoid bone? Is that just the throat?
Respiratory system.
Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart. Hyoid ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands.
Let's look inside.
No scream. No sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again. Straight in that mouth of his. No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything in.
Look deeper inside.
You manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing but darkness. More meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Okay, let's go with the jaws. The mouth snaps shut before you write down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
We don't have faith?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
I don't think so.
Neither am I.
And that's it?
That's it. Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
Both?
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
The completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do.
Toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Brimming with cocaine.
Write NA and add toxicology requested.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks down to the ground at the pool of feces there.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly. Write down. Keep the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injury summary.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck.
Hey, don't scratch the tree.
Leave a fourth one too.
What about the injuries we have inflicted?
Oh, so we inflicted them?
Okay, I have inflicted.
Okay, so there's a spin-stabilized munition from a Kiel A990 muzzleloader lodged in his lung. I don't think we should mention that. Better not to muddy the waters.
Keep it minimal.
Injuries.
Bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Predation by birds, not fatal post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury. A stone. The injury doesn't have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Write it down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Right. Next?
What's the fourth injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Turn the page back.
The corpse lay slouched to the side, oblivious to its surroundings.
Tell me something, Deadman.
Autopsy form.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
Okay.
Alright. Bite a dark red
ligature mark.
Ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Fatal injury.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
Go point. First, how'd it go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath. We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
What now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
Rip out a copy.
For processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again. Gotta write my reflections. Love you, love you.
He's thinking, did I miss something?
You know? Where's perception? Screw it.
You run your hand
Didn't think so.
over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
Give up.
The corpse seems to yawn contentedly, as though it's glad you've run out of steam.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
I've got a feeling there's more to this corpse.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Are you still thinking of doing AITA after? Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that in a little bit.
It would have to be...
Where do we find a fridge?
In size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in Rags and the Fritz store down at the gates.
Oh lord.
If they don't know, but only...
His case settles on Kuno.
Fuck are you looking at, Beano, man? You want a piece of the Kuno? Wanna get fucked?
Only if all else fails.
Sorry.
This is one task we cannot sideline. With every hour, whatever we are looking for will become harder to find.
Okay. Whirling in Rags. Then the the drugstore. And then Kuno if nothing else. Whirling in Rags first. People here. Guard, can we put a body in your freezer?
Yes, yes. For the dead body. You want to put a dead corpse into my fridge, right?
Yeah, that's the gist of it.
Well, I have a fridge, and you're not putting it here.
I'm not even gonna ask why, you're just gonna say something mean.
This is a culinary establishment, not a morgue. You don't have to ask me
That's
why
fair.
I can't store a dead body in my kitchen.
It would only be for...
Lieutenant, you too? You're asking too? No. The answer is no. I will not turn this place into some kind of macabre circus.
Wow. Turn the lieutenant off like he was a busted old radio. He really is the lord of his realm.
Let's go talk to the Frit clerk.
Goodbye. Frit clerk it is. I think that's over here. Yeah.
Is this about the questions again?
Do you have a fridge?
I don't really know anything.
Oh, actually, I want 25 real.
Wow, I didn't know you worked for the union, sir. Anything else I can do for you?
Blow the whole thing on speed and gin right now. Speed and gin. Great combo. Ask some local dealers, maybe.
Do you have a fridge?
Mm-hmm. Right behind you.
I need to store a corpse in here.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not joking. I need to store the corpse of the hanged man in your fridge.
Okay. It wouldn't even fit, you know.
Now that I'm looking at it, maybe a glass-doored fridge in a public grocery store isn't the best option for storing a corpse.
Well, thanks, Freight Clerk.
Okay.
Does Freight have a warehouse in the back of Whirling in Rags?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
It's important.
She scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent skepticism.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Alright, bye. Well, time to talk to the Kuno. think the fucking Kuno has room for room for a corpse in his fridge?
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
Yeah, I know.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
Yeah, I wish I was here to see it.
Shoot
Anyway.
shit at Kuno, Pigonaut.
Kuno, I need a fridge to stash the body.
For the fuck imp. Good thing you asked the Kunmeister. Kuno knows a fridge. Perfect for freezing.
I thought you would. Where is it?
Bacon Man's in a rush. But what's in it for the Kuno? What's the return on Kuno's investment?
I'll repay you for this information one day. Right now, the clock is ticking.
Kuno's clock's not doing shit. Kuno's got a fuckload of time.
Don't believe him, Kuno. He just wants to use your fridge.
Corpse-free yard?
Kuno's got everything Kuno needs.
You can't buy Kuno, pig. Kuno's already got everything.
Kuno's a poor kid from a poor neighborhood. Say your job is on the line. He'll sympathize.
Not sure about this. Asking for class solidarity seems naive.
Can't you see his hair is red? The color of social democracy.
That doesn't mean anything.
Just trust me. He'll sympathize if he realizes you could actually lose your job over this.
My job's on the line, Kuno.
The fuck are you doing right now? The fuck is this shit?
Don't pay attention to him. Just keep telling your sad story.
I've lost almost everything, Kuno. My memory, my money, even my name. I can't lose my job too. Please help me, Kuno.
It's not that dramatic. We can just send the body to processing.
Please, Kuno.
Kuno's never seen anything so lame. Listen, pig. If you were Kuno, the fuck would you care?
You're right, Kuno. If I were Kuno, I probably wouldn't care.
See, sad shit?
Ah.
Kuno doesn't fucking care about this sad shit. Your sad shit. Now, how about you at least try to entertain the Kuno, or get the fuck off his crime scene?
Why don't we go pester some other kids now?
Alright, no more.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
I have to quick save, because if I lose all of that progress, I will quit this game forever.
The man is decomposed. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Let's back him.
If you think so, officer, I'm not going to object. I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema. I'll take it from there.
There go those beautiful enameled boots. May they rest in processing.
It's too late to take him into processing today. I'll take him first thing tomorrow.
Pulls a black plastic bag over his face. Bag the corpse and drag it to the motor carriage to leave. Kim?
Yes?
Oh, we need to unlock the door. And then we will wrap up for the night. Maybe do half an hour of AITA to ring in the new year. Oh, no, alright. We have to go all the way around.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
Listening and
the leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
It's okay.
Try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Good job. Let's go now. I'm sure there's nothing interesting in there. Only curiosity could account for stepping over that threshold. Maybe there's treasure in there.
No.
A white alligator. A fountain of quicksilver.
No.
As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft. A whistle.
I'm not doing that. We did the one thing that we were asked to do. And I suppose... Well, it's only 8 p.m. We have to sleep, but... I think perhaps we should... just go back in front of the whirling in rags and leave for the night. Okay. So, thank you for playing this game with me. It was fun. I thought about giving up about an hour and a half in. Let's wrap up with a round of Am I the Asshole? Excuse me. Or maybe AITA filtered. Okay, so... That works well enough. So... let's see. Okay, there are a couple of really good ones here. A beautiful wedding one. Am I the asshole for not allowing my daughter to dress casually at my wedding? My 34 female daughter, 12 female, has been acting uncooperative in the context of planning the planning process for my wedding. I've been engaged for almost 6 months. Oh, almost 6 whole months. And the wedding is happening in 8. So this was the moment to start the selection of the bridesmaid dresses. My daughter said she didn't want to wear a dress like that. I was fine with that. I felt like having a junior bridesmaid is not really a necessity anyway, so she could still be part of my day from a more flexible role. But then she said she didn't want to wear any kind of dress. I still thought that was valid. Maybe she could wear a suit or something else. The issue was she ended up saying she wouldn't wear anything expensive or formal to the wedding because she feels like that kind of clothing does not represent her individuality, not just from a gender perspective, but from a cultural and social point of view as well. She says she will only accept coming if she can wear the following outfit: a Manchester City's shirt, okay, so like a jersey. Okay. Manchester City's shirt, a long black pleated skirt, and leather sandals with 3-centimeter heels, so like an inch. That's not bad. I tell her it would be better if she didn't come then, but she says she isn't at the wedding. If she isn't at the wedding, she won't recognize our marriage and still consider me to be single. We've been arguing about this a lot, but she does not change her mind. My fiance, 41 male, feels we should let her come to the wedding dress in any way she wants, and that it's not a big deal. I feel she's acting crazy and we should not reward her for it. Am I the asshole? Okay, so one of our executive producers, she suggested that we have a rule where we can't just say just communicate about it. I would also like to add that we can't just say this is fake, because this is fake. I'm sorry to say it, but this is so incredibly fake. Just the fact that they say she feels that kind of clothing does not represent her individuality, not just from a gender perspective, but also from a cultural and social point of view. That feels like bait to me. On one hand, it's not a big deal. On the other hand, I think that the daughter should find some sort of formal outfit that expresses her individuality. I think that is the best solution here. Wow, 0 viewers. Prime real estate here. I think this is a no assholes here. I really think that both sides have merit here. I think that a compromise can be reached. I don't necessarily think this woman is the asshole. But what do the most insane people on the internet think? You're the asshole 51%. I tell her it would be better if she didn't come. OP, she is 12. Don't you think she's already struggling a bit with the idea of you getting married? That's very fair. It's a huge life change for kids. How can you say those words, sir? You're the asshole. That's a very good point. Last edit of this, OP says her fiance is fine with this. That'd be a beautiful way for her daughter to grow a strong bond with him. I don't disagree. Do I really want to read this? I'm surprised that Reddit is coming down on you're the asshole for this. It's not a problem Reddit can solve. You need to sit down with a family therapist. That's not fun. It's more about what this is about more than what she wears to the wedding. Does your daughter actually like your fiance? Is her dad still in the picture? As it stands, you're the asshole. She's 12. Let her wear what she wants. You can laugh. I'll laugh about it later if she doesn't cut contact with you once you're an adult. Too far. Too far. Chip free. Chip free? You went too far with that comment. Feels like she wants to sabotage the wedding. I probably, but at the same time, I don't know. Not the asshole. Nope, you're very accommodating. You could say she can wear something formal or stay home. Her threat to not recognize your marriage and still view you as single is just a desperate attention grab. Don't say it like that. LMFAO, she's literally 12. Telling your daughter to not come to your wedding is a total dick move. I agree with the second half, though, which is this isn't about casual dress. The issue is about her having issues with your wedding, getting married. Sounds like she's hurting. Yeah. Anyway, here's one that sounds a lot stupider. Am I the asshole for throwing away a copy of my Harvard diploma that my mother made without my permission? I don't think I'm going to make it to midnight for the record, folks. Not that folks are here. Anyway, My family is complicated. My parents were both bad in different ways. My father has always been just a never there deadbeat. My mother was severely emotionally abusive to me as a teenager. I decided to go out on my own at 17. It was strange for them. After about a decade, things were cooling off with them. I was applying to grad school. I got into Harvard but couldn't afford to go. I was planning to go to a different school where I'd gotten a full ride scholarship, but my parents had offered to help financially. I'm cynical, but assumed they wanted to be able to say they had a son who went to Harvard. My mom and dad offered me $600 a month and $200 a month, respectively. Not, it's not nothing. I finished my master's and went on to a PhD in another school, which I finished a few years ago. During my PhD, I got an email from my mother asking me to tell Harvard that tell Harvard to print another original of my diploma for her. She had called them to get a second original from them, but they said that they obviously can't just do that without my permission. This is not only weird to me, but I thought totally inappropriate to do without asking me. To me, a diploma is one of a kind symbol not to be reproduced. Oh, the piece of paper. Oh, it's sacred. I paid so much money for it. I explained my feelings about the diploma to her, told her that it was offensive to me, that she would ask, and that she would contact Harvard without even my knowledge. She wanted another official diploma of mine, to put it on her wall alongside the diplomas of my siblings. Since my siblings still live with her, they have their original diplomas hanging there. The Christmas after she asked, I did what I thought was a nice compromise. I gifted her a picture of me in a suit standing next to my diplomas. Yeah, nice compromise. Printed on her, and then, wait. She was happy with that, and I figured problem solved. When I came home from Christmas this year, some 4 years later, guess what I saw on the wall? Amid the other framed diplomas for my brothers was the picture I had gifted her, and then next to that, a framed picture of my Harvard diploma printed on her cheap inkjet printer on 8.5 by 11. I don't know where she even got it, possibly cropped from the other picture. I was really pissed off by this. Without telling her, I took down the frame from the wall, took out the bootleg copy of my diploma, crumpled it up, and threw it in the trash. I put the empty frame back on the wall. I assumed she noticed it, but nobody said a word about it. Am I the asshole for throwing away the copy she made of my diploma? I guess she's so proud of me, or I guess she's proud of me or wants to show off. She's never asked for a copy of my bachelor's diploma from a no-name school, nor my PhD diploma, so it seems like she's just after the Harvard name. She did help me financially during the degree, but I generally see the academic success I have had coming in spite of my parents, not because of them. I feel like she's the asshole because it was weird and wrong for her to try and get a second original behind my back in the first place, because I directly told her no, and because I even tried to offer a compromise. Then later she just did it anyway, and a crappy job of it too. To me, it just shows that what she cares more about having a Harvard diploma on her wall than my wishes and boundaries. The thought of her using the diploma to brag to guests about a child she abused, who still made it to Harvard, a diploma to hang on the wall to signal to guests that she was a good parent, it makes my blood boil. To me, it's about the hard work to cover her over her child abuse of me. Look, I didn't abuse my son, he went to Harvard. You're projecting a lot. That is not what she is thinking. The axe never remembers, but the tree never forgets. She does not think that she abused you. She probably wants this because she is actually proud of you, and because the Harvard name is significant. You know. Hello, Circo. Good evening. We wrapped up Disco Elysium for the night. I'm doing a couple of Am I the Assholes before midnight. Okay, to clear up a bit of the chronology, she called Harvard to get a copy of my diploma without my knowledge. Harvard said they can't give people copies of other people's diplomas. My mom then wrote me an email asking them to tell them to give her a copy. I wrote her back explaining that my diploma is a one-of-a-kind symbol to me and that I don't want there to be other copies of. I offered a compromise in the form of a framed picture of me standing next to my diplomas. She seemed happy with it and hung it up. Sometime in the last year, she then proceeded to make a copy of my Harvard diploma anyway without my knowledge and hung it up. Everybody sucks here. I think they should. The compromise, OP, is not here's a picture of me standing next to my diploma. Here's just a non official copy of my diploma. Who cares? I don't know, maybe I'm tipsy, but who gives a shit? I know that you don't want this woman who abused you to, in your mind, be able to show to others that she did a good job raising you. But at the same time, who cares? What do your siblings think of this? To me, this seems like the most petty ass argument in the entire world. Who cares? This is her compromise. She gets both here. You don't have to give up your original diploma. Everybody sucks here. She's being a weirdo, and you're being a weirdo. Just stop it. Get some help. Why are the craziest people on the internet think? It's your diploma, you said no, end of story. Alright, yeah. Yeah, whatever. Such a weird thing to be mad about that I'm having trouble judging. Yes. I'm straight up giving that an upvote. I don't even care. I don't understand why the mom would really want the diploma, but I don't feel that OP has any legitimate reason to be upset about what she wants. Exactly. It's like exactly. If we only heard about the diploma part without the preamble about emotional abuse, I don't think anyone would think this was bad. I don't know. I think that this is just a lot. You're the asshole. Your mom was shitty to you as a parent, and for that, she's the asshole. But honestly, of all things, this isn't really that bad. It's frankly a very wholesome mom thing to do to want a copy of your diploma on the wall. I think you're letting resentment of everything else she's done affect how you're viewing the particular situation. OP responds and says, "You're definitely right that resentment is a part. At the same time, I think you're wrong to say, you don't get to argue this. I think you're wrong to say that this resentment for abuse shouldn't factor into whether she's an asshole or not in this specific question, or whether a copy of my diploma should hang there. The thought of her using the diploma to brag to guests about a child she abused going to Harvard, which she would use to give them the impression that she was a good parent, makes my blood boil. To me, it's using my hard work to cover her own child abuse of me. I'm not making fun of child abuse here, by the way. We were abused as children. I think that OP is being the most dramatic person in the entire world about this. Even he has said that his shit has cooled off with his parents. And that's why he asked for the money in the first place. And if that's how you feel, you shouldn't have taken her blood money. You know? And he had the option to go to a full ride to another school, but I lost it. But chose the more prestigious school. Everybody sucks here. You're the asshole bordering on everybody sucks here. No, the opposite. Everybody sucks here bordering on you're the asshole. The mom is a weirdo. OP is being just really strange. I really get where he's coming from, but I don't know. I wonder if OP realizes that they don't get to skew the answers. I mean, this is in a lighthearted way, but yeah, they don't get to say it in this debate if they left it up to r/am I the asshole. Exactly. That you don't get to argue with it. You get to give more info, but you don't get to say, oh, but she is the asshole though. You laid out your reasons in the post. You laid out the argument, it's up to the jury. you know it's going to be good when it has a name like Am I the Asshole for Standing My Ground on My Tradition? Because whenever it's something like Am I the asshole for punching an old woman in the face? It's like, oh, the old woman was secretly Hitler. But when it's something like, am I the asshole for being nice? You know you're about to get into some fucked up shit. And I know this is not the asshole, but the other one also said not the asshole, and I kind of disagree. Oh, it's a novel. This might take us to midnight. My boyfriend, 30 male, and I, 28 female, have been dating for over a year. We live separately. He lives in a small apartment above his parents, who are the landlords. They live in the rest of the space of the house in their 50s. Our relationship feels like years of being emotionally in sync, genuine conversations, and supporting each other at our toughest times, helping each other reach our highest goals, and naps, lots of naps. You're being very quaint. We have something special and we just work to make it grow even more. I'm Jewish and he's Greek Christian Orthodox. Okay, so obviously you're not the asshole here. Like, I feel like I don't have to read any further. It sounds like his mom is clearly being anti-Semitic. What bullshit did she say? Tradition of mine, how the holiday goes. Never had proper Christmas. Moved to the table. His mom wants the menorah moved. I deal with every small and large amount of hate as a Jew every day, yes. Least I want is you're not. I'm not reading this. It's so cut and dry that it's yes, you're not the asshole for not bowing to anti-Semitism. You're the asshole for bringing that to Reddit. Oh, the ring system texted us. Happy New Year soon. We're actually streaming right now. Love you guys. Hope you all have a very happy 2023. Things going well tonight? It's 50-50, it being a person who's not the asshole and reasonable or the most outlandish tradition you will ever hear of, exactly. I won't pay more bills while he's laid off. Not telling my friend that a lettuce wrap burger is a bad idea. Okay, well, hang on. There are three, like, really good ones in a row here. Am I the asshole for not telling my friend that a lettuce wrap burger is a bad idea? To start off with, we're both males, 18, yes, I know. I know. A couple of days ago, we went to dinner at a new restaurant which we never tried before. When we were there, we were browsing the menu and I ordered a chicken sandwich and he said, I want to try a lettuce wrap burger. I immediately thought to myself, this is a bad idea. Afterwards, when we were eating, the burger was falling apart and he couldn't finish it. I said, oh, I knew this would be a bad idea. He was very confused and said, why didn't you tell me that before I ordered? I simply said it's not my business to tell you what to do or not to do. He basically said that I should have said something before he ordered, just to make it very clear that it's a misunderstanding between gentlemen and not a fight or anything like that. I'm wondering, maybe I should have said something. So am I the asshole? This is what the subreddit is for, everyone. This is what it was made for. You're not the asshole. No assholes here. What is this even about? Silverware exists. There we go. Google it. Your mind will be blown. You're the asshole. If it's not your place to tell him what to do, it's not your place to say, I could have told you that was a bad idea. I just didn't either. It's obnoxious. I don't know, man. Stupid. I've been painting a mural for my unborn baby's. Oh, sorry. Am I the asshole for saying good job to my son after he scribbled on my husband's home office walls? I've been painting a mural for my unborn baby's nursery, and my son, 3 male, has been watching and helping me do it. He knows it's a gift for his little brother, and he wanted to do the same for his dad, so he went into his home office and scribbled all over the walls while my mother-in-law was watching him. Why didn't the mother-in-law do anything? When we saw what he had done, oh, the mother-in-law wasn't literally watching him. She was taking care of him that day. Okay. When we saw what he had done, our son was really excited, but I think my husband was in shock because he was just looking at the scribbles without saying anything. I told my son good job and that it looked really pretty, but he needed to use paper next time instead, after he said he made a present for his dad. My husband never said anything in front of our son, but when we were alone, he was upset that I said good job to him, but he doesn't think I should be praising him for vandalizing his office. I told him he just wanted to do something nice for him, and we could have the office repainted, or I could turn it into a mural if he wanted to. But he's still upset at me for encouraging his behavior, and he keeps locking his office so our son can't go inside again. Am I the asshole? No, you are not the asshole. I saw a gentle parenting video on this recently. As a sort of parent myself, as a mother, I think that you handled this perfectly. Semi-perfectly. I think that is completely reasonable to be like, wow, I really love your art. But like, you know, I love your art. You need to use paper next time. And like, let's clean this up or something if we can. I think that is a perfectly reasonable thing to do. I think dad is of the generation of the parenting that's like, ah, yes, discipline him. Make him regret it. Instead of actually learning a lesson. Okay, but who is going to see the office? We're living and work from home if you have a home office. Exactly. It's just a room. I honestly think not the asshole. Who cares? I think that she did a good job, and I think that he needed to step his ass up parenting. And also, I think the mother-in-law should have been watching him more closely. There is a middle ground between saying good job and punishment. You should not have praised your son for drawing on the walls. Husband is right there. I think she just phrased it badly. In this post. I think that she phrased it badly in the post. Perhaps I'm writing fan fiction here, but I cannot imagine she said good job specifically. I think she was like, you know, she said, I said it looked pretty or something. I told my son good job and that it looked really pretty. And instead, after he said he made a present for his dad, he said, I made a present for daddy. She said, good job, it looks really pretty, but you need to use paper next time. You know, this isn't a good thing. I don't know. This is such like child will remember good job. Caveman over here. Child will remember good job. This one is really hard for me to decide, quite honestly. I think the more positive approach you took is understandable, but I also think your husband and his irritation towards potentially encouraging it was also valid. I wish there was a no one sucks option. Edit, a kind soul reminded me about no assholes here. I think that's fair. Actually, yeah, mother-in-law who's watching the kid is an asshole. I think not the asshole. I think I think the father is being annoying. Yeah, who bears the most responsibility here? The mother-in-law. Even then, it's not a big deal. Yeah. Info, what the fuck was your mother-in-law doing? Okay. Last one for the night. We'll ring in the new year this way. Am I the asshole? Had a huge fight with my wife over opening a present. On my phone. Today is my birthday. I got home from a 24-hour shift at 7 a.m. this morning. I walked through the garage door and sitting on our kitchen island is a present with 2 cards, one for my wife and one for my kids. I proceed to open the cards in the present after I went downstairs to play a video game for an hour because no one was up. Did you not fucking collapse after your shift, your 24-hour shift? Anyway, after an hour, I go upstairs to take a shower because I have a tattoo appointment in another hour. Are you not tired? And my wife, still in bed, wishes me happy birthday. I finish getting ready, go downstairs. My wife is up and tells me she's disappointed I opened my present and I should have waited for the family to be up and together. I was shocked like the meme of the old lady. What? Shocked. Ah, I see. We had a small argument, maybe not even that, over it. My position is that she shouldn't have put the present, which was only placed in a plain cardboard box with my kids colored on. Don't tell them good job, though. With cards out in the open. How was I supposed to know I shouldn't have opened it when it was placed with other items in which I should open? It was just left there, presumably for me. It is in fact my birthday, and no instructions about present opening procedures were displayed. I leave to go get my tattoo and come back at 1:30, dropping sorry, ring system message. So what is it? I leave to go get my tattoo appointment. Oh, Happy New Year. Fuck. I looked away for 2 seconds and it's the new year now. Should old acquaintance be forgotten and it's something that old lang syne. Happy New Year, everyone. 2023, huh? What a year. Happy New Year, kitty. Come here. It's the Happy New Year. Have a happy New Year. Anyway, I leave to go get my tattoo appointment and come back around 1:30 p.m. after dropping into my part-time job for 30 minutes. You had a 24-hour shift and now you have a part-time job as well. We're over in Pacific Standard Time, so we got a few hours yet. I think I heard not our upstairs neighbor, but that's fireworks. Upstairs neighbors to the left celebrating. She's nice. She seems nice. Anyway, my wife and kids are taking down the Christmas tree. Already? I give my kids a hug and go to my wife to hug her. I did so because I was trying to move on past the morning's mistake. What are you doing? Stop scratching the tree. Oh my goodness. It's absolute chaos here at midnight. Gave my kids a hug. I went to hug my wife because I was trying to move on past this morning's mistake, if you could even call it that, and have a nice birthday. All I wanted to do is have a good day with my family. The second I give her a hug, she huffs. I asked what this was about, but she goes into being disappointed again because I didn't want for them to open the present. We had this huge blow up fight. I can't even remember what was said. And I left, and all I really wanted was an apology from her for the way she was treating me, and according to her, she had nothing to apologize for. I'm now sitting in a car outside a liquor store on my birthday. I both want to go home and don't want to. So should I have waited to open up the present? Am I the asshole? Before anyone starts with, you should get a divorce. I almost did a few years ago and decided to fight for my marriage. Yes, we were in counseling. I think your wife blew this way out of proportion. Yeah. I don't know. I think that listen. First paragraph, no assholes here. Second paragraph, no assholes here. Third paragraph, the wife just snaps and just turns into a raging asshole. You could even say like I'm still frustrated about this morning, even though it's not really, even though it's not your fault. Like I should have written something down or not put it there or something. But to like blame him for it is insane, you know? Which Reddit hates women, so this is the first. Oh, Top, you're the asshole. This isn't the first birthday you've had with your family. What do you usually do? In most families, people open presents together. My eldest just had a birthday on a school day and saved opening presents for the evening so the whole family could be there. Oh. Kids get up at different times. First one is either blah blah blah. You're the asshole. I disagree. I highly disagree. I'm sorry. Especially. Sorry, Archer's food bowl is being filled. He's running. Especially having just got off a 24-hour shift. To me, that's an extenuating circumstance, you know? Like, maybe I would assume maybe they left it out for me to come home to and be excited about, you know? Another top, you're the asshole. You have kids and think it's okay to open gifts from them when they were sleeping? You're the asshole, and then you blame her for being upset. Maybe you need to look up gaslighting online. What the fuck? Clearly, you're a selfish man if opening your presents is more important than creating a happy family time. What the hell is going on? How is the wife being upset the whole day? Okay, she could have let it go and celebrate with him later, or even not let it go and fight the next day. You should stop being so sensitive and touchy. I mean, yes, he could have waited to open the presents, but just explain to him and move the fuck on. Yeah. It's an overreaction. It's like, it was left out for him. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You might need to look up gaslighting. You don't know what that word means. You sound like a single teenager. I suspect that's the life. OMG, maybe he was foggy from a 24-hour shift. Y'all nasty. If it was just the first paragraph, I would say no assholes here. Excuse me, the rest says, you're not the asshole. You're just not. It's so ridiculous. I believe this is real, sadly. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for tonight. My teeth are absolutely blue from this blue juice. It's very embarrassing, to be honest. I hope that you all have a wonderful new year. I hope you had fun watching the stream, whatever points that you watched. If you watched the VOD, I hope that you are having a lovely new year as well. And I hope that 2023 treats you very well. We're going to be playing more Disco Elysium next week, in all likelihood. We might cut it with we got a couple of supermassive dark pictures anthology games on the Steam sale. So we might cut it with like Little Hope or Man of Medan. So join us next week for something. This was fun. I love doing this. I love all of you. Have a good night, everyone. Happy New Year. Sleep well despite the fireworks. Thank you. It was only one or two.